Hi everyone, this is Mayor Farrah N, and for today's chat with the mayor, I'll be speaking with Maxine Seya of Leo College Consulting. Hi Maxine, thank you so much for making time to meet with me today. I'm so excited to hear more about your journey into what you're doing now to help kids prepare for college.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me, Mayor. It's such an honor. My personal journey starts right here in Irvine. I went to West Park Elementary, Plaza Vista Middle School, and then graduated from Irvine High School.
Yay.
And I always say the most important thing for people to know about me is I'm kind of an investigator, a detective, if you will, who digs into the inner workings of college admissions. That is kind of the backbone of Leo College Consulting. We help successful Orange County families navigate the murky waters of college admissions because of all the noise that's out there about what they need to do, what they don't need to do. We help clarify that for the families here in Irvine and the surrounding Orange County areas.
That is so awesome. What got you going into this field? I mean, when you were deciding on what to do, what got your interest in helping other kids?
So after Irvine High School, I went to Northwestern, where I was formally trained in investigative journalism and law enforcement. So I worked in New York and DC, digging into more serious criminal cases. But I realized that there was an industry in America that is very secretive, very tight-lipped, and that is college admissions. No one knows what happens behind the scenes. We all feel like the results are totally random. And we also feel like the colleges aren't super upfront about how they actually review applications. So I figured, why don't I just go to these admissions offices, ask these important questions that everyone wants answers to. Over the last 4 years, I've published over 138 interviews with admissions insiders. These are people like admissions directors, admissions deans who have a say in who gets in and who doesn't, representing over 60 colleges and universities and transcribing over 700,000 words of insider insights, covering questions like, what makes you do a double take on an application? What are red flags that you see when you see something like this on an essay? What is something you really wish that kids knew about the college admissions process? So it was really a combination of my passion for investigating things. I have a huge curiosity, a huge inquisitiveness, and also this importance I know that Irvine residents place on education.
Yeah.
I grew up here. I knew that parents, families move their kids here because we have the best education in the country. So I wanted to be here for them to help kind of navigate this with that insider perspective so that kids could feel more confident in what they were doing and less lost.
I love that you took so much time, and I'm just going through like, okay, how many articles and information that you had to collect to get to where you are today. And that's going to be so helpful for all of our families as they're navigating through where to apply, how to apply, and then that, of course, crucial moment of figuring out whether they're getting in or not. So tell me about some of the tips that you would give someone, just your top 3, of what makes an applicant kind of stand out.
So because this is the pandemic era, I always say that things have changed a little bit from previous years. One of the tips I like to give my students now is that teacher recommendations matter more than ever before. So extracurriculars have been canceled. A lot of the competitions that we're used to, sports and otherwise, have been canceled. So instead of going for those big accolades like get the Olympic gold or win the International Science Fair, those are still great, not saying not to do those, but to really focus on getting your teachers, counselors, job supervisors, pastors, community members to validate and speak on your behalf and say like, hey, this student is really passionate about serving the community. This student has gone out and helped deliver groceries in a time of need. And those aren't the only examples,
Right.
but they're just examples of what the students could be doing and how the important adults around them can kind of rally together and speak on behalf of the students. That's one of the main things I always like to tell people. So you wanted 3. The second thing is I always tell people continue to keep up those grades because we know that there's a pandemic happening. And a lot of my students would think, well, I can let my grades slip, right? Because we all know there's a pandemic. It's really hard times. There's a lot going on at home and outside of the home. And I say, if you have a specific reason why your grade slipped, use that application to describe what happened explicitly, because admissions officers won't be able to assume just because COVID happened, your grade slipped from A's to C's. The third thing that I would say is for anyone who has the opportunity for college admissions, accept the interview offer, even if it's optional, because admissions officers get sometimes only 2 minutes to read the paper application on their screen. And when they put the face, the character, the personality, that conversation to that application file, they really get a sense of who that person is. And that's what colleges are looking for, not just paper applications, but real humans who contribute to the college campus. So those are my 3.
Thank you so much. I mean, that is so important for kids to hear and understand the importance of things changing during the pandemic, what's more important now, and really how to navigate themselves in this new world that we're in. So tell me, how does someone get in touch with you if they want to learn more?
Absolutely. So if someone wants to even book a free consultation meeting with me, they can go to leocollegeconsulting.com/hello, or they can email me directly. My email is m@leocollegeconsulting.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. And I hope that a lot of our students that are out there will reach out to you.
Thank you, Mayor Khan. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.